Hey guys, I hope everyone is having a great night. I wanted to come on here because I've been doing a lot of personal readings and some coaching for people that are on this twin flame journey. And I've had a lot of questions from people just wondering, how do I know if it's my twin flame? And I just wanted to do a quick video. I'm sorry I'm not putting my face on here tonight. I haven't had time to do my hair or my makeup or anything like that. It's been so busy. So I'm just not going to show my face tonight. But I felt that the message was important enough to get out to you guys. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I found out that my twin flame was my twin flame. So just a little background about my situation. I was married for 10 years. I was with my ex-husband for 20 years. Not totally 20 years altogether, but we were college sweethearts, and then we got married. And then we were married for 10 years, and then we got divorced, and it's friendly, it's amicable. And right after we separated, about 3 months, sorry, that's my dog in the background. He is going a little crazy. Right after we separated, about 3 months into it, I ended up meeting my twin flame. I did not know anything about twin flames. I did not think that he was a twin flame, whatever. I didn't know. So the interesting thing is how I met him. I was traveling to New York to go to a girlfriend of mine's baby shower. And the funny thing is I almost didn't go because I was like, I really don't want to spend the money on a flight. And, she had so many other wedding activities going on. I'm sorry, it was a bridal shower. She had so many other wedding activities going on. I was like, maybe I won't go. But I was like, no, I have miles on Delta. So let me just, fly. For free, and then I'm staying in her house for free, so it's not going to cost me a lot of money, right? Well, there was another flight that one of my friends that lived here in Florida was taking on JetBlue, and I almost went on that flight, but I was like, no, let me just use my miles, right? Okay. So fast forward, it's a Friday, it's June. This was 2016. And I get on my plane, and then we have to get off the plane because there's a mechanical issue. So my flight was delayed, okay? So I'm like frantic because I don't know if I'm going to make it to New York on time to have dinner with my friends and whatever. So I'm trying to find another flight, and there's nothing. Like, the airport is packed. There's so many delays, whatever. So I go to the bar, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get a glass of champagne, whatever. And I end up striking up a conversation with some really nice people sitting at the table. And I look over and I see this really cute guy walk into the airport bar, and I'll never forget it. I locked eyes with him and I just smiled, and he looked away like, is she looking at, like, he looked over his shoulder like, is she looking at me? Anyways, I will try to make this story short, but it was so romantic. He ended up coming over to me at some point and said, I know you from somewhere. And I thought, oh, what a cheesy pickup line, right? And he was like, no, I know you from somewhere. And I was like, oh, that's so funny, because I was actually thinking that was going to be my line I was going to use on him to introduce myself to him. But I was caught up talking to these other people. Well, he ended up coming over. Long story short, it turns out he lives in Atlanta. I live in Florida, but he flies down all the time to come work. He's worked for a company down here where I live for about 10 years. And he's like, Molly, it's so weird. I never fly out on Fridays, ever. And I was like, that's so weird, because my flight was delayed, right? Like, total twin flame. Hello. Chance meeting, totally faded. Anyways, long story short, fast forward. So we have this beautiful 2-year relationship. I mean, I have met my soulmate, and again, I didn't know anything about twin flames at the time. I, believed in past lives, and he would always tell me that he would dream about me all the time. And I didn't really dream about him very much, honestly, throughout the relationship. And, he would tell me he would dream, and he would always say, God, I just feel like I know you. And I told him, and he grew up very, very Christian. Okay, I did too, but not to the extent that he did. But I've always been, I've always known that I've had gifts, and I've always believed in past lives. And I don't follow like the whole religious, beliefs. I mean, I believe, I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in all that stuff, but I don't follow it strictly because I also believe in so many other things. I hope that makes sense. Like, Jesus is 100% my savior, but I don't believe in a lot of the, I guess it would be the strict rules of religion and the, anyway, I'm not going to get into that. But so, I said to him, I said, well, I definitely think that we knew each other in a past life. And I told him, I said, I really feel like you are me, but in a man's body. I remember saying these things to him, and it all just makes total sense now, obviously. We had, and I know they say twin flames have, very different upbringing. It turns out we actually grew up 45 minutes apart from each other. We had people that we knew in common from our childhood, which is so random. And there were just a lot of synchronicities. And so, I'll just tell you a couple things that happened throughout the relationship that now I'm like, oh, that was the universe sending us a sign. So on our 1-year anniversary in June, we went out to eat, and we loved raw oysters. Well, I love raw oysters. It was kind of our thing. So I bite into this oyster, the very first one, and out comes this gorgeous pearl. In fact, I have it. I'm going to get it for you. I'll show you. I find a pearl in my oyster. Okay, guys? Like a legit beautiful pearl. I still have it. Sometimes I keep it by my crystals. I actually just took it to a jeweler to see if I could add it to my charm necklace, but I think it's going to be too complicated. So, you know what? I'm going to leave it there. Anyway. So that was just one clue. And then we ended up both growing the same sort of little mole things on our eyes, like the same eyes. Like the same mole on the same eye. Like, it just really weird stuff, And of course we didn't think anything of it. We're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Ha ha ha. Well, we would be out and about like on the town, and people would just say, you guys' energy is just so amazing. And we were, we just thought, well, we're in love, whatever. I would always see 1111, and I would take a screenshot of it, and I would always send it to him, and there was always pictures of us on my screensaver. So I have all these pictures saved of us with 1111 on the screen. So, there's so many more synchronicities that happen, but those are just some of the things. And so what happened is he actually ran about halfway through our relationship, and he got scared, I think, and got freaked out and broke up with me. We ended up getting back together after 2 weeks. I mean, we only didn't talk for 4 days. And then we dated for a whole other year, and things started to get really serious because I was trying to move up there. But the situation was very complicated. Again, this is like, there was just, the universe was like, no, this is not the right time. And he ended up breaking up with me, and like out of the blue. And it was really, really devastating because I did find out that there was someone else in the picture. I don't know how long she had been in the picture. And she's actually married, and she's much younger than me. I'm 40 and she's 29. And it just made me, it just absolutely gutted me. And so it was weird because I was very public with our relationship. I'm also a fashion blogger, so like my life down here where I live was very public, and he was part of that. And so people, just couldn't believe it. They could not believe it. They were like, we were waiting for you guys to get married. Like, you guys were the perfect couple. And I was like, I know. Anyway, so there's a lot more to it, but we'll just leave it at that. And so what's interesting is I was telling a girlfriend of mine, a couple months after the breakup, I was telling her the breakup story. And this girl is very religious as well. But she met her twin flame. And anyways, it rocked her world. And it turned everything upside down because she was also married and her twin flame was married. So anyways, she told me, she goes, well, it sounds like he's your twin flame. And I'm like, what is that? And so she's like, well, just look it up. It's too hard for me to explain. So I looked it up, and I was like, no. First thing, no, he's not my twin flame. I don't dream about him. That was the first thing I thought of. I don't dream about him. He's not my twin flame, right? And so then the universe just kept nagging me. And I don't even remember how, to be honest with you, but there was like little signs or little like, maybe he is. Like, it planted a seed. And I'm like, all right, let me research this a little bit further. And so the more that I researched it, the more I'm like, okay, there's way too many signs, and I could feel it in my gut. I'm like, he is my twin flame, but I almost didn't want to admit it because I was like, no, I need to move on from this guy. I need to get over it. Like, he hurt me so badly. He hurt my family, you know, he's doing really bad things. He's with this woman who's married, and like, that's just horrible and whatever. He sort of just left me in the dust, you know? And, so anyway, so I was doing all this research on how do you know, if it's your twin flame. And the only real way to know, you guys, no card reader is going to tell you, no psychic's going to tell you, your friends can't tell you, your family can't tell you. You can feel it in your gut, number one. And number two, spirit or God will tell you, the divine. They will tell you it is your twin flame. There will be an unmistakable sign, a very, very clear sign. If you ask them, they will tell you. So what I did is I had just started meditating. It was, again, this was the very beginning of my spiritual awakening. I had just started meditating. So I said, you know what? I'm going to ask. And I said, universe, please send me a clear sign that he is my twin flame. I said, I want you. And so what you need to do is pick like an object, something not obvious. Like I heard one person said, if I see 2 swans swimming in the next, 48 hours, that's my twin flame. And I'd heard another girl say, if I see a blue lizard, right? And I just looked at the clock. It was 11:11, right? As I said, blue lizard. And I was like, all right, well, I wasn't feeling creative. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to go with the blue lizard, whatever. So I said, universe, show me a blue lizard within 24 hours and I'll know that he's my twin flame. And I was like, you know what? And if he's not, that's fine. He was just a soulmate. And I'm okay with that, but deep down I knew, but I was like, no, I was like, my ego was like, no, this can't be your twin flame. You got to move on from this and whatever, everyone's telling you, you got to get over it, blah. So I go about my day. I see literally every blue, like a blue dragon, a blue dinosaur, a blue, butterfly. I see all these blue, and I'm like, all right, universe. I'm like, no, it has to be very, very clear sign, like very clear, a blue lizard. I mean, and when do you ever see a blue lizard, guys, really? So it was almost at the 24 hours. I meditated and I said, you know what? I literally gave up and I was like, you know what? I'm like, he's just a soulmate. That's fine. All right. Now I can just move on and be done with it. And the next thing I know, I open up my Facebook and one of my friends from high school had actually posted a video. And the first thing that caught my eye was there was a blue lizard emoji, or a blue heart emoji and the lizard emoji. And that was the first thing that caught my eye. And I'm like, that's weird. And the next thing I know, it was this video of a blue lizard being hatched from an egg. I am not kidding you. I literally threw my computer across the room, laid on my floor, and bawled my eyes out. And I said, I knew it. I freaking knew it. And that is how the journey began. And, there were days that I questioned it. I was like, I don't know. And, am I crazy? And, I would tell people and people were like, I think you're just like longing for him. And, people don't get it, guys. People don't get it. So that's my suggestion to you. If you want to know who your true twin flame is, ask the universe, because they will tell you. They will tell you. And if they're not, you guys, don't be disappointed. Your twin flame is most likely out there. Not everybody has a twin flame from what I've heard. I don't know. I just know, what's going on in my situation. But, don't worry. Don't worry. But that is, my advice to you. If you want to know, you've got to ask spirit. They showed me very, very clearly. And the interesting thing is that I've seen blue lizards since then, but very, very occasionally. And a lot of times it's when I'm starting to doubt, they'll show me a blue lizard. It's really crazy. So, again, trust the universe. They will show you whether or not it's your true twin flame, and if it's not, then it's a soulmate, and that's okay too. Like, you can be happy with a soulmate for the rest of your life. You don't have to be with your twin flame. And that's when you get to the point of also surrendering and knowing that you're going to be fine with or without them. All right. So I hope this helped, guys. And I promise I'm going to come on and do some more videos about, things that I've been doing and, my situation and, because I feel like whatever I can do to help you guys on this journey, I'm here. So stay tuned. And if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. I am doing personal readings right now. I'm very busy with them. So if you want to book one, just send me an email, twinflamebutterfly1111@mail.com. All the information will be below. I'm doing a special right now for $22 and you get to ask specific questions. So it's definitely something you may want to look into. I'm also going to be posting a Valentine's Day special here. Probably tonight I'm going to do an energy check-in with the collective tonight, and I will probably get my Valentine's Day special posted as well. So love and light to you guys on the journey. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.